I applied to be a host, and as a host, you really want to welcome people with a smile. You want to know how to greet people and manage people even with their anger. So if they even ask you, hey, how do you deal with people if they, in a situation that you don't per se, you like the way that they act. Like you have to deal with that situation accordingly so you don't cause a scene, and you just want everything to flow smoothly throughout the restaurant, get people in and out. It's so because it is an actual system. It's not just, a restaurant. Like you are actually a part of it now. It's very relaxed when it's not busy, but when it is busy, you have to know how to go fast paced. You cannot be slow. If you're slow, then they'll see that and they won't give you as many hours until you improve. So that's like one key thing. You have to know how to be fast when it's acquired of you, because it gets hectic. It's pretty relaxed, to be honest. You sit down with the co-manager or the manager under the actual owner of the restaurant, and she tells the owner if he wants to meet with you. So you meet with her first, under my experience, and then she'll offer a time for you to go back, and that's when so there's 2 interviews, and then you'll have the interview of, hey, you're welcome into the family at Carrabba's. But they really do look for specific things, especially in the way you dress. Like he even mentioned my owner. He was like, you guys were the only people who applied for this job and came in a nice shirt, nice shoes, and slacks. Like that's a huge thing to tell something about how you respect where you're wanting to work at. They asked me where did I graduate from, or if I'm in school, if I ever been, arrested before and that happened, because on paper it could seem like not a big deal, but in person it could be a bigger deal than it is. They ask you a series of questions about how is your personality, how do you interact with people in certain situations, because you'll run into situations you've never thought of before, like people getting angry because they thought that they were on the wait list before them, and people just it's really hectic. So if you really answer those questions with a positive, like chest out, like I will stand up for what I have to actually do, then you're honestly gonna be fine. Like that's what they're looking for. It's honestly how you handle every situation. Well, it took a few days, 3 days or 4 days from the co-manager to the actual owner, and then from the owner to the next step where he hired me was about, I would say, a week or 5 days. But they do call you and let you know in like a few days after that appointment, we want you to come in this day. At that time, you can kind of take a deep breath, and they'll either tell you yes or no, and then you go in or you don't. So prior experience, if you had any of any sort working in the job market, not even restaurant business, you want to say that, because it proves that you respect authority, because someone's telling you what to do at every moment. The hosts that have been working there are telling you, the new guy, to do something. And if you don't do it, and if you forget a table number and sit somewhere where they're not supposed to be sat, then it's like, oh, you just messed up the entire system, because the main host has like all this planned out, because we do it on the iPad now. So, I mean, you just gotta be focused. You can't lose track. You can't come in with a bad attitude, or else you'll not get as many hours, and eventually,